You have your standard vanilla Minecraft survival, and then there's modded Minecraft survival. In this series, we're diving into a Tricky Trials 1.21 modified world filled with new, mysterious structures that naturally generate all around us. We'll brave the eerie desert ruins, discover the secrets of the Witch Villa, and challenge the dangers of the Badlands miner outpost. But that's not all. There are also piglin encampments, the mysterious nether ports, and the majestic end castle waiting to be discovered. In fact, there are so many naturally spawning scratchers that I can't keep up with all of them, all with carefully guarded secrets and dangers. And there's a twist. My friend the Coal Clough has added a secret data pack, and he won't tell me what it does. Will it help us survive or bring unexpected challenges? Stick around to uncover the mysteries, explore the epic new locations, and see what surprises the Coal Clough has in store for us. It's time to jump in and get started on this wild journey. I decided that I wanted to create this world in the same seed as my Avolaria creative world, so I can compare them sometime down the line. But with this being really modded, the maps might be a bit different. So I popped in the seed number, tentatively loaded up the data pack from Cookie, which by the way is the Coal Clough's pet name for those that know him. Remember that, I might curse Cookie later on, and you might need to know what I'm talking about. I gave the world a name and then clicked on hard mode, because that is, after all, the best mode. I figured hardcore would just be daft. And that was it. One click and Avolaria was born. Let's hope it's legendary. So I spawned in where I expected to, because I'd done it once before in this seed when I created Avomance, so there's no surprise there. Getting down to the ground was interesting because I'd spawned up quite high in the trees, which I don't think I did last time. What's the first thing you do when you spawn in a new Minecraft world? You punch a tree, and I wasn't going to shortchange you on that because I know you love watching people punch trees. I went for birch so I could make a standard crafting table, sticks and tools, and not have to look at the ugly wood. I'd get some oak later. Crafting table made, no problems, but that was when I realised something was up. The crafting table wouldn't let me make sticks. Neither could my crafting grid. I tried a couple of times just to check I wasn't going mad. It would let me craft a boat though, so perhaps it was just the sticks that I was going to have to get another way. I thought I'd just better cut down some trees and take the sticks from the leaf drops instead, which is a bit annoying, but there you go. I smacked the grass for wheat seeds, and then I got too close to a pig. The pig was poisonous apparently. I don't know why I'm surprised at that, to be honest, because Cookie made a data pack for my hardcore stream world that had poison pigs in it, so I guess bacon was off the menu for now. I carried on cutting trees down, partly for the wood, partly for the apples, and partly for the stick drops. Cookie wasn't going to make it that easy. Oh no, sticks didn't drop from the leaves either. I have absolutely no idea how I was going to get the tools now. Surely I didn't have to trade for them. I thought I'd head over to the island that I converted in Avolaria. It was a large village, so I'd be able to start looking at trading up tools if I did need to, but there had to be another way of getting sticks, surely. Dead mesa bushes perhaps, but a mesa could be miles away. When I got onto the island, I headed straight for the village. There had to be chests in there with loot and maybe sticks. Long shot, I know. But they did have some apples, and I also found potatoes and bread and a fair bit of wheat, mostly in the form of hay bales, so I was sorted for food at least. I also got myself my first bit of armour, leather trousers. Little bit protection never goes amiss. I noticed that the sun was starting to set, so I thought I'd better start shoring up the villagers in their houses. I might need them for trading later, so I rang the bell and sent them all home, putting blocks on the doors to lock them in. It was for their own good. Trouble was, I forgot to get myself my own bed, so I got a bit stuck. Skeletons and spiders surrounded me, and I was in a house with no bed. I started to get a little bit panicky and tried to work out how to get myself to a house with a bed, and I decided I'd just have to run for it. I got into a house, but I saw Mr. G doing what he does best, taking out the mobs for me, so took the opportunity to lock a few more of my new friends in. At this point, I totally forgot the eating thing, and my hunger bar just dropped down to next to nothing. And that's when I saw the baby zombie, and it wasn't moving very quickly. I definitely smell a cookie again. I'm totally not suited to take on an OP Eddie monster, so I did what any self-respecting Minecraft hero would do, and I ran away. Right into the path of Mr. G and the skeleton having a fight to the death. I did notice some coal on the floor though. What dropped that? Mr. G lost his battle and the undead turned on me, so I ran away and found a house. Well, I say ran, My hunger was at 3 haunches, so I walked with purpose to a house with a bed and slammed that door firmly closed. Time to sleep off night number 1. Day 2 started with a large fruit-based breakfast to get my haunches back up. I pondered on the coal. I was pretty confused about where it had come from, but I'll take it. I wasn't going to be able to pick any out of the side of the mountains without tools. Then I stepped outside and promptly walked past a skeleton in the water, so it wasn't burning. He missed me though, because this isn't bedrock, so they're lousy shots if you're moving. And I explored around the houses for mob drops, because I had a suspicion Cookie had been up to more no good. I heard a baby zombie burning in the sun, and I really wanted to watch, because that's the kind of thing you buy tickets for. So I found him, and my suspicions were confirmed, at least a bit. It dropped stone. Actual stone. I'm going to be really honest with you. I'm super confused about what I'm going to do next. I can't make anything out of the stuff I've got. I can't even make anything out of this raw iron because I've not got stone to be able to make a furnace. So I can't smelt that. I can't make a sword with that because obviously I've not got any sticks that I can make. I suppose I could make a shield out of my wood, but that's about it. Am I going to have to go around smacking mobs? If they're dropping stuff like this, that's great, but I need cobblestone, not stone. So that could be a problem. A wandering con man appeared, but unsurprisingly, he wasn't a lot of good to me right now. I couldn't even redistribute him and his llamas effectively without weapons for the leads, so I just let him wander on. I did make that shield though. That will be useful. The sun had started to go down again and I really wasn't ready to take on a load of mobs right now. I needed a proper plan, so I checked there were no other houses I could make safe for my villager neighbours, and then I headed to the house at the end of the village that I'd called temporarily my home. I locked myself in and I made myself earn the crafting table. No doubt there will be loads of these all over the island before long. That's pretty standard. I then emptied my inventory into a chest that I'd acquired from another house to save my wood, and then decided to call it a night. Day 3 might just bring me some inspiration. And I just thought I'd check if it was just a day 1 trick not being able to make sticks. But no, I'm still stickless. And I just wanted to absolutely confirm what I knew already, and that this baby zombie, this Eddie Munster, was going to drop some stone. So the fact it's not running after me is good. And that is definitely stone. It just dropped stone. Right, I'm going to start experimenting with drops, I think. In my stream on Twitch last night, I mentioned I was recording this new series and that I was faced with a stick famine. The Twitch chat threw in all kinds of ideas, including them just laughing at me. But one of the things they suggested was that other mobs might drop new things too, including passive mobs. And given that I have no weapon, all I'm going to do is just wander out into the world, literally into the world, and just start smacking some stuff, because I think that's probably the best way for me to know what's going on, right? And this is when I made some shocking discoveries, like really surprising. I was basically going to test out whether passive mob drops were different too. And seeing as I was on a boat, the obvious thing to look at first was fish. And oh my goodness, the cod not only drops a cod, but a stick. A single stick. My first stick. I was so excited. And then I thought, let's test it out on a squid. And this test almost cost me my life through drowning. Now, squids are hard to kill with your fist because they're fast and, well, underwater. But I got to it eventually and it dropped 2 ink sacs. No sticks. We were building a picture. I needed to test it out on the land animals next, and the first thing I came across was horses, so I started smacking Mr. Ed upside his head, and again, horses are not the easiest animal to maul with your fists, so it didn't die immediately. It took a bit of time, but when it did, no stick, just a bit of leather, so horses are normal. There was a group of pigs nearby the dead horse carcass, and I already know that the pigs are going to poison me, but have they got a positive use too? It's time to hit the bacon. Obviously, it poisoned the hell out of me. And I'm going to have to watch my health near pigs, but the pig dropped 4 sticks. 4! This was amazing. If a pig did that, what about a cow? So I went and bludgeoned Daisy over the head with some kelp leaves, which eventually proved to be quite effective because she was made of sticks and dropped 8 of them. I'm going from stick famine to stick feast. I then went on to find some sheep, but as I started hitting one, I floated off the ground. It was as though I got a tiny shot of the levitation effect. It was a bit off-putting, but my stick addiction had kicked in by now, and I wasn't going to let anti-gravity get in my way. And eventually, one sheep death later, Flossie dropped some wool, some mutton, and another 5 sticks. I now have a ready supply of them. I'm going to have tools in no time now, thank goodness. However, I was still a little bit confused about the floating though, so I went close to another sheep just to check if I had to hit it to start floating. But no, the effect hit me just by being close to it, just like the poison effect on the pig. This might actually be useful moving forwards. It made me wonder if any of the other passive mobs would have any effects, and I thought I'd go and test a cow, and it did. It gave me the mining fatigue effect, for goodness sake. Not as bad as the Elder Guardian, I grant you, but enough to make digging even a dirt block a very slow process. It's worth noting that. Don't take cows mining with you. Now, I did notice that this village across the lake that I was in had a blacksmith, so I thought I'd go and raid the chest in it because they've got diamonds, iron, obsidian, all kinds of goods inside. It was likely the worst blacksmith chest I had ever seen, but it did mean I could upgrade my trousers to iron. At least that's something, I guess. And then it was time. It had been too long. I made myself a wooden pick, and oh, what a joy it was. Look at it in all of its splendour. Just magical. It was time to dig my first cobble, so I hit through the dirt with my fist to get to some bare stone, and I mined, and it felt so good until the stone dropped rotten flesh. Of course it did. What else would it have dropped? This wasn't going to be easy now, was it, Cookie? Then I had a genius thought, which is quite rare for me, to be fair. What if I mine mossy cobble? It dropped. I can use that for making stone tools, and I can mine out the furnaces with the wooden pick too, so they're mine now. It was definitely worth a quick peek to check out the trades of these locals as well. And if I can get myself a few emeralds, I could actually start to equip myself quite nicely. I could feel a bit of a resource grind coming on. And then I realised I'd mined stone to get the rotten flesh, not cobble. If mossy cobble dropped itself, would cobble drop? No, Cookie saw right through that one. More rotten flesh. But at least I can get the cobble steps for what they're worth. And with the sun setting when F3 says it is day 3, which actually means it's day 4 because there was a day 0, I think I don't want to overface you. The horse is looking very interested in me. I think we're going to call it there for episode 1. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm really very interested in if this is something you're going to enjoy. Next episode, which is going to be really soon, I think what I'm going to do is do a bit of exploring, but I do need to get that grind done. I need to get some resources. Oh, I went too close to the sheep, like I keep floating up. That's going to be annoying. Cookie, I actually hate you. But I'll look forward to seeing all of you in another video. You take it easy now. Bye.